Hey everyone, we're back for another game of 15 plus 10 rapid. Um, so here we go. We got the black pieces this time. Oh, I must have disabled Zen mode somehow. I usually have it on, but that's okay. So yeah, here we go. E4, E5, and we'll just go standard, classical, knight's openings. We'll see this bishop comes out. Ruy Lopez. Now we ask the bishop what they want to do, and in this case, they move it back. So why don't we develop our bishop in this case? Oh, I think this loses my pawn because now they can take. Actually, no. No, because I can always take back and then try to get this pawn another way. Because if I take, then I can bring my queen here to attack both this pawn and the knight if the knight jumps in. So, okay, let's keep developing. Always got to keep looking out for ways this pawn can fall. Maybe this is a good move to protect this square and then open up my bishop. That seems like the most logical thing to do in this case. I think after that, we'll be looking for moves like this, maybe moves like this. And then we want to get castled. Nothing too wild. I think that means that white is trying to prepare d4 to attack the center and threaten my bishop. So I think it's fine. I want to keep this bishop for sure. So I think it's fine to prophylactically drop it back. Let's do that. If this comes, I think we're fine to just ignore it. We could even play this. And then if they take, okay, that seems expected. I got a few options. I can take the piece. I guess they would likely take back with the knight. Probably not with the queen. They could also take back with the pawn and get better center control in this case. I think that's definitely one of the ideas here. An idea I have is to just bring the bishop up here. If they take, they could take this knight. Okay, I could bring the bishop out. In that case, they could either, they can't take, okay, they could take here. And, oh, I can't. I'm in a pin right now, so I need to break that pin somehow. Also nervous about pushes because I lose a lot of space that way, but I think that's not too bad. Just got to make sure there's a square for my knight. I'm going to start by maybe breaking the pin. Yeah, let's start by breaking the pin to start by breaking the pin just so we don't have weird like bishop takes knight tactics. If pushes, I think we can maybe just hop back here and then try to push this pawn to try to break that, to break the pawn chain in the middle that's clogging up my space. But yeah, white has good center control right now. Definitely want to play this and castle at some point. Could also somehow bring my queen out and castle queenside. Ooh. Okay. I guess. Maybe it's like forcing a weakening move, because if I played this, then they could, prevent castling on this side. I don't see the major threat in this case, though. I could also just develop. Develop seems natural. But then my knight is pinned, so I have to watch out for that. Let's just push the pawn. I think that's probably the safest, and then let's maybe try to castle queenside here. Makes sense. I feel like if I bring my queen here, he's gonna push the pawn to force me to like come back and block myself from castling. Interesting. Okay, at this point, what happens if I take? Take. Actually, I think I have the numbers on this pawn. So I think we're okay to take because we got, well, no. Take. No. I'm down one. I do need to get one more attacker here to make this work. Yeah, I am a little cramped. Okay, we can't dwell on this for too long. I will just maybe it's not even, maybe my king is not even that dangerous in the middle of the board right now. Actually, I'm going to try attacking here. I'm going to try pushing up the king side. And at some point, I'm going to get castled and bring my rooks over. But I'm gaining time, and I can make these pawn pushes with tempo. Oh, interesting. Okay, this is an interesting move. I could push, and that would dislodge this knight from this square, and then I could take back on this square. And then I really need to get castled ASAP. I think takes here is not very good. Okay, let's try this. Got to run somewhere here, and we can try takes. Okay, interesting. Removing the takes. But, oh, I see. I see. Okay. I'll take two then. Maybe they're going to just try to squeeze this in. I think the problem was if I took here, then they could just take again. I guess I could take back and then I would just lose the pawn, but that's no good. Got it. Okay. Now I do think I can safely take on this square because they're blocking in. They have no defenders, just this pawn. And I do still have this bishop. So I can win this pawn. If they take back with this, I can take here and I have this threat to try to win the rook because that might be trapped. And we need to castle. And we need to complete my development. I think it's a free pawn in the center, so I should just take it. And then they're going to have to address this by like bringing their knight out, which could give them some isolated pawns. Either got to protect this square or bring this knight out to block, basically. That doesn't really threaten my bishop, but it could threaten it pretty quickly. I think my next move after this, if he just brings the knight out, is to just bring my queen up and then castle. Okay, he defends the square while also putting pressure on this pawn, but I do have this bishop protecting it. Okay, I'm gonna just bring up my queen then so I can castle. Maybe I should bring it here to double attack that pawn. Okay, that looks good to me. A little bit down on time. So the idea here is attack this pawn, prepare to castle. We got two attackers. There's only one defender right now. Nothing is attacking this bishop, but it is hanging, so I gotta watch out. I'm ready to bring it back as soon as necessary. Okay, there it is. Brings the rook into the game. Not attacking the bishop yet, but does feel a little bit more developed than me. And is also preventing the double isolated pawn, or the triple isolated pawns. So let's castle. I think that's the most important thing that needs to be done first. Losing a little bit of time doing that, but it's pretty important. Yeah, it gets this piece defended, which is good. I mean, I could take this, takes, and then takes is a free pawn. It is a free pawn, but I think it's safer to just castle first. All right, where does this knight go? That is the big question. It should go here. Maybe I can go here? Oh god. Okay, what are we looking at? Threatens my queen. Very strong knight. Very hard to get rid of. I think it's worth just getting rid of it now with this bishop. So let's start with that. Still watching this guy. Don't want him to get caught in some kind of fork or something because he's undefended. All right, now he's under attack, so I should bring him back. Oh, this pawn also hangs, so that's something to think about. Wait, how am I up a pawn? How come I can't move? Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. There's a risk here because I take this and then he comes here, and then in order to save myself, this is about to fall. So let's just bring this back for safety. I'm up a pawn. I don't remember why I'm up a pawn. I think it was earlier when I won that free pawn in the middle. This pawn right here. Okay, here he comes. You need to develop this knight. But I don't have a good square to develop it to. I need to move the queen to do that. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see any major threats. Okay, let's just make a move so we can get our pieces out. Getting really behind on time now. Want to bring this here. Maybe it can supply some pressure to go up there too. Yeah, this queen looks at this square, which is good. Okay, that's a good move. I'm going to develop my knight with tempo in this case. Maybe my knight can come in and give some support on this side as well. Oh, I can support this pawn push. That's good. Or I can play prophylactically and try to bring this over so that more things are protected. Because he's coming with this next. And then what do I do? Take? Take? Yeah, it seemed useful to have this here. Or it might be more useful to have it somewhere else, because the attack is coming. I could ignore it. Yeah, I could just ignore it and then push that. It kind of dooms my bishop to a life of sadness, though. Maybe I need to bring it out and trade it off. I'm going to do that. Okay, that's fine. Then I will push this pawn. Oh, I think I was supposed to bring this here first to trade this off. Although, I do need a way to stop this pawn. Maybe I just take. Or I push. Yeah, that's a good idea. Push is good. I could even drop this back and just anchor him here, because I don't think he can make progress there anymore. That's nice. Yeah, I'll just stick him here. Now this whole thing is protected, and the pawns have no breaks. You could even push this. And now we're rocking and rolling. If this ever threatens, we drop back here. If he ever pushes that, we just take. Okay, makes sense. Let's take. I'm scared. We got some hanging pieces. I guess this protects. Ooh, nice. I have no idea what that. Oh, he's breaking the pin. That's smart. Nice. Okay, let's go. Seems like a good move. I guess I'm in a similar situation too, where this is just completely blocked off. But let's see, where can I make progress here? This guy is kind of weak. I see. I could put this here. That kind of locks everything up. Yeah. Yeah, that does the trick. Okay, this pawn is probably our target. One of these two pawns. I have a bishop, so I can attack this pawn more easily. I could also try to double on the 7th. That's always strong. Okay, that makes sense. Could go here too. Let's play it safer, if possible. Gotta get up here. If I can do that, we are doing good. Maybe this move is good. Claim the open files. Because it would take me 2 moves to get up to the 7th. Even if I got this one up, I think they would try to find a way to get me off of it. Actually, they can't really do that. I guess they can, because they can always bring this rook over. I think any rook on the 7th would be really strong. Yeah, rook on the 7th, and then if something threatens it, then bring another rook behind it. and then bring like the queen over and then try to get it here. Ah, okay, there we go. That makes a lot of sense. Defend the rook on the 7th. Okay, let's grab this open file. First, I think maybe this is our target entry square if we can get there. Maybe even getting the queen up and then trying to checkmate on the right there would be pretty good. Ah, okay. That makes sense. What is their plan? Oh, maybe sack? Okay, let's bring this up. Protect this, prepare this, maybe even bring this over. Getting a little low on time. Could have brought this straight up here too, but yeah, I want to watch out for this guy. Maybe bringing this here would be good. What are his threats? He's loaded up on this square, but this is a really well protected pawn, and it's even defended by a pawn, so that's really good. And if this goes, I guess this gets weaker, so he can come in, but yeah, I do have to watch out for that. Maybe it's wise to like get to a square that he cannot check me with one knight move. But if I'm allowed to play this and then to get up here, I'm not going to do it. I mean, I'm not going to complain. Interesting. Okay, I'll prepare this. Interesting, yeah, if I can somehow get this up here, and then I could do, oh dear God, what was that? That was not expected. Oh, he's trying to get his queen in. Takes, takes. I'm not too sure how effective that is, though. What do I do? What does he do? Maybe he tries to get in here? That's his plan? I'm tempted to just ignore and just go for this. Okay, go. If ignores and goes here, then I think we have like check and then a revealed attack here. If takes, then we got the queen up here. And then, like, how does he stop mate? Okay. I may have miscalculated this, but I don't have a ton of time. I don't see any immediate threats, so let's see. Go, takes, go. Maybe brings this back. Maybe brings the no. Can't bring the queen up. Can't bring it back. It's not protected, so he would have to rely on attack. If takes, queen takes. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. I think I calculated a few moves, and it looks pretty okay. No checks right now, so my threat still stands. Maybe he wasn't expecting that either. But yeah, I'm looking at this is a no-go. But if he doesn't make a move, then this check has to come up and then wins the queen. Yeah, that wins a full queen. Okay, there it is. So are there any immediate threats? I don't think so. So let's say check. There's no other move. Cannot go here because it's protected. It has to go there. Reveal the attack with... Yeah, reveal the attack. Looks good. Okay, let's do that. I think he just saw like, okay, there's no rook threat. Okay, if we win the queen, we need to clean this up. I think we win the queen, we bring this up, and then we go to town. Just, yeah, hopefully no mates. Woo! Woo! Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Gaining a 1675 with that revealed attack, queen attack. Nice. Okay, let's review this game. How come I cannot use my arrows? Okay. Yeah, okay, I don't know why I couldn't do that before. All right, let's take a look how this game started. I think white definitely got an advantage with that. I think at this point, once I kind of gave up a tempo, white has two pieces developed, two pawns in the center. I'm not exactly sure what to do. I kind of break the pin here, but I'm making pawn moves while... Okay, yeah, this was a nice little attempt to gain some tempos here and then open up on the queen side. It's a little risky because if they start invading on the king side, then my king is in deep trouble. So at this point, the idea is there's 1, 2, 3 defenders of this pawn. And I've got 1, 2, 3 attackers. So 3 and 3 is not going to be enough for me to win that pawn. So here I'm trying to push the knight off, get them out of the way. I think white makes that move so that to get one of my defenders off. So I take back. And then they move here, but they move basically to the place that they can't continue to have 2 defenders because they block in their own pawn. So that's a 1 pawn for me. Great. My pawn structure is okay, but it's a little bit like there's weaknesses and my king is still in the middle. So I think if I were them, I would try to open up lines here. But they have to address a few things. Like I already have this immediate threat, so they have to bring this in to address that. Fortunately, I have this bishop protecting b7, so that's good. So I'm just trying to get castled. That's my goal. So I think this is my chance now to get castled. So I'm like, all right, let's get castled. Let's get to safety. And then they get their knight to a very annoying place. And at this point, I don't want to deal with it. Fortunately, I castled, so this pawn is protected. Before that, I was thinking, oh, maybe we can like try bringing the knight out or something. But once this bishop goes, like this pawn will fall unless it has something to protect it. So the castling helps that. Takes, and then yeah, I think he knew that. Was trying to bait me to take here. I was afraid of rook threatens. I have to move, I don't know, somewhere to safety, and then queen comes in, guns blazing, and then my queen side falls. So I'm like, all right, let's just retreat that back. Here he comes, tries to break open the pawn structure. I'm bringing my queen to the side mainly because I want to get my knight out. And I do get my knight out, and it's great because I can get it with tempo. And then I'm thinking, if he pushes, I guess I didn't think I could have pushed 2, but if he pushes, I was just going to let him take and then put this here. and then my bishop just blockades, but then my bishop is just kind of useless for the rest of the game because it's just stuck behind that pawn until I push it again. But I don't think I would want to do that given my king is on that side. So I'm like, okay, let's bring the bishop out, gain a tempo. I think a good move maybe would have been here to try to weaken this square, because once these pawns start coming in, like that pawn is going to be pinned and useless. So I bring that over. I was after that, I either wanted to play this or try to trade the bishops off to give my pawn space to run, or like takes and then like this has to take back. But okay, so he goes with that, and I decide to just push because I don't want to open it up. And okay, so they take, I take. Really good observation by him to either break the pin or move the bishop. In this case, he just broke the pin because this pawn is pinned, and this would have been a free bishop for me. No. Actually, they had this defending, but they probably wanted to keep the pawn or the queen on that side for the attack. But I kept that there. If he's going to let me open it up, I'll do it. That ends up being very useful later on. Opens up my path to, oh god. Opens up my path to victory. Okay, so it takes, and then we got some open files, so I'm going to take them. And now we've completed the blockade here. I think the weakest thing is my light squares, which he tries to take advantage of. Okay, he threatens that. I complete the diamond of safety. This pawn is very well protected. That ends up being very useful later on. He doubles up on this square. I'm trying to basically find a way. Can I get onto the 7th rank or the 8th rank and then try to infiltrate onto the king? He's looking it up in this pawn, but it's got 1, 2, 3 defenders. One of them is a pawn. So, I mean, he could try to bring, like, I guess the queen in too for the attack. So then if he takes with this knight, I could take with the pawn. And then I think everything is getting a little iffy. But even with that, I bring in a 4th defender too. So we're looking really good on defenders for that pawn. And then I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can get up here. If he takes, I can bring the queen in. He goes for the sack. And I'm like, whoa, what is going on here? I was tempted. I can kind of take a look at it a little bit more now. If takes, then queen takes. I think it's annoying because you have to think about it. But I don't think it's the end of the world. Like, if this, like check, and then I have to come up here, but queen is by itself. It can't get the job done by itself. But maybe the most, I think actually maybe the most annoying thing would have been takes, queen takes, maybe some kind of check, king runs, and then you just start running this pawn down. I don't know if he would have had enough time, but we didn't really get a chance to find out because I went for it. I saw the tactic. The king was super trapped. It was going to get mated, or I was going to win material. So I also didn't see any. The thing is, I didn't see any checks. There were no checks here, so I knew I had at least one more move, even if he jumped in with anything really. So I just went for it. He brings the knight in, and I think he just really didn't see that as a threat. He thought this was protected. He thought this move doesn't exist, and I just don't think he saw bishop comes in. So I do that, and he resigns. Yeah, with the idea that it's forced move, and then I can come back, check, and he has to come back down, and I win the queen. And that's that. Like, there's nothing he can do. Even if he like tries to push his pawn or something like that, my next move would have been to bring this rook up, and then if like takes, then my next move is to bring this queen up. Okay, let's take a look at analysis. Forgot to do analysis the last game, so here we go. Yeah, I think it was a pretty even game, and then I started grinding out an advantage. Oh, let's add some analysis, local analysis. Oh, he also, okay, so he already added the analysis. So he wanted to see the result of that game too. So back to the beginning. Okay, nothing too fancy. Roy Lopez does it like that. It's fine. Still fine. It does. That's the recommended computer move. There's the push. Okay, I'm making the right moves here. I guess I'm sticking to theory. It likes knight here. I push. It doesn't like that as much. Keeps the pin, and it really doesn't like that. Interesting. Actually, yeah, this is another move too, which is good because if they don't notice it, say they just like, if I just move here and they come here, something like that, I don't know. Let's see, what if they did this? Oh, then I win the bishop, yeah. Let's just say they do a nothing move, then I win the bishop here because even if he runs away, then I come back and I get it. So that's recommended move. I went with this. Not as strong. It actually recommends taking, which I don't quite understand. Oh, I see. Basically, it forces my king to move, and it's a very precarious position here. I guess, yeah, I would really like to trade this off. Basically, I'm just like castling my hand at this point. My king is just kind of getting pushed all over the place. Oh man, I just give up this knight. Yeah, there's no way to basically save everything. Like, what if I did this or something? Yeah, not looking good for me. Yeah, this knight's for sure gonna fall. So yeah, fascinating. Okay, it, so it, yeah, so he has to play that. Oh, it likes, okay, so that's a bad move for him, and that's where I start taking an advantage. So I made the right move to push. He's supposed to, oh, I think this is kind of meaningless. And he does come back to the right square, apparently. And it doesn't like takes there. It actually likes for me to push. Maybe to vacate that square for the knight, get this pawn out of the way. So now we got almost like direct lines to the queen. That makes, or the king. That makes a lot of sense to me. I think I have a free pawn, so I just take it. I still have somewhat of an advantage. Oh god. I get the pawn. Yeah, it doesn't like that queen move. He doesn't really like my move either, but I want a castle. That's my #1 goal. He brings it out. Ah, it likes me setting up the queen trade, but I go for the castle. That looks like a fine move according to the computer. Doesn't like that too much, but I really don't like that, so I'm going to take. Queen comes in. Fine, but I drop it back, and it really doesn't like that. Oh, because here we go. Even game. Ah, that was a bad move on my part. Let's see. Bringing the knight in. I don't know. Like, what do I do on push? Oh, it likes me bringing it out so I can like attack the queen or something. I guess it's a nice centralized knight, but I feel like everything is coming at me. Okay, so I bring the bishop out. Okay, I'm not sure if that's where I would have put my rook, but if the computer says so. I'm just trying to make reasonable moves. Yeah, okay, so he gives the pawn break, and I decline it. I push it in, that's what the computer recommends. Takes that, really doesn't like that, because now I can come in. He has to address that somehow. No fun for him. Doesn't really like my takes here. Not really sure why I would push that pawn. Oh, to prevent any knight jumps from coming in. Kind of interesting, but I was really not that interested in weakening this square, so I just took care of the bishop. Still doesn't like that. Ah, okay, because it doesn't want me to jump in, but here's the jump in. Oh, wow. Wow. Why? Takes. Let's say I took. Oh, now white is just crushing me. I have to run over here. Oh, he wins the bishop. Hmm. I have no idea. Oh, he calculated. Oh, he looked at this line. Yeah. So yeah, he comes in. I just put it together here. Likes, what is it like? He likes pawn push, but I don't want to do that. I bring this here to protect everything. Yeah, that move doesn't really make sense. I'm supposed to do that, but I didn't do it. It's okay with this move too. It sees I have an advantage now. Doesn't like that as much. That's an inaccuracy. But it's kind of a sharp position. Not really. We're just kind of shuffling around for better position here. And now it really doesn't like that. Huh. What is this? If I take, how bad of a blunder is that? Not that bad, actually. Yeah, I think the queen has almost nothing it can do. Yeah, the queen can't do anything by itself here. It's got to sacrifice something. Yeah, I like that position. Maybe something I should have thought of. So takes, I go up here. It doesn't like that too much. Not really sure why. Oh, because if it guards this square, then there's not much I can do, I guess. But yeah, I'm mating him here, so it's here. You come back, comes down, grab the queen. Oh, I guess no, I get this rook no matter what. So he comes in here, trap the knight, comes back. Yeah. Takes. Seriously? Oh, I see. It's not even a free knight. Yeah. No one's going anywhere. Why even let it happen? Go up here, push, trip it back, push. Oh, we're like super close to stalemate. Like if he pushes here and I do that, it's stalemate. That's funny. Okay. Okay, good game. Alexandre Silva. That was fun. Partially fun because I won, but yeah, it was an interesting positional game in the middle there. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.